Hey everyone, Matt Tersick with Cascade Sotheby's. I'm a real estate agent in Lake Oswego, and we're here on the first episode of Before and After. Most real estate agents strictly stick to sales, and rightfully so. When you get involved in contracting out little projects, it can get complicated, but we have a ton of good connections so we can make the process seamless for our clients. I'm here in front of a listing that's coming up in about the next month, and I'm gonna walk you through the process of what we do before to get it to the next stage to sell, and then show you the after results. So come on in, we're gonna take a look.
Hey everybody, we are back in the office and I'm going to walk you through the spreadsheet that I use on these fix and flip type projects. This time I'm doing it for a client of mine. So we got some basic information in there about the house as well as the costs that we're gonna invest into this house, and then look at what kind of return we'd get after making that investment. See if the overall deal is worthwhile. There's probably a 1 or 2 month delay in listing the house. We could just clean it and get up on the market. But I think after we go through the numbers, you're gonna see real quick why it makes sense to do this remodel. Okay, so pulling up my spreadsheet, I've populated it with my client's information, the address, approximate square foot of the house, as well as the lot, 4 beds, 2.5 baths. You'll see I put in here, this square footage feeds down to here, which I've then populated with the average sales price per foot of homes in the neighborhood that are as is in comparable condition, and then also homes that have been remodeled and updated in a little bit nicer condition. And then going down to the listing preparation estimate, we have that proposed remodel, and you can see we talk about removing the wallpaper, texturing the walls, painting the walls. All that's definitely going to be necessary. Refinishing the floors, I think, will add a lot of value. Moving on to the rest of the list, we have exterior paint, kitchen counters, backsplash, laundry room flooring, master bath flooring, carpeting, light fixtures, and then also we want to build in a slight contingency line because I don't know everything that's going to come up, and items could come in a little bit higher than what we're predicting. So I'd rather build a little bit of buffer in, and we'll just see where numbers come in. But my guess is they'll be pretty close. We do this all the time, so we have a pretty good feel for these numbers, and I'd be shocked if they came in much higher. Going up to the actual remodel investment and return projection, you can see that even if we were to go slightly higher, the return on the investment's still so great that it merits going through this process, listing the house after the remodel and the updates are done. So thank you very much for tuning in. I'm happy to share this template with you so you can fill in the numbers for yourself, or I can help you walk you through it and see if this would make sense for a project like yours. But either way, let's get back to work. I'm so excited to show you the final product once it's done, and hopefully you tune in for the rest of this episode as well as future episodes of Before and After. Thank you so much. Okay, so we just got our supplies for the house. We got all new lighting, locks, got new chandeliers, smoke detectors. So basically everything you need, and I think the total ended up being around $3,000 and change. So hopefully within our budget. All right, we just had a Zoom call with a client who's currently over in the Sun River area. They've been there during this entire remodel. I shared with them where we are on budget. We're tracking slightly above, came in around $63,000 when it all said and done, because we chose to add a couple things along the way, as well as we had a little mishap with the hardwood floors that I won't go into, but now they're looking really nice. After that discussion, as well as reviewing the updated comparables, we are deciding to price the house at $935,000. There's currently only a month of inventory on the market, so very few homes. Even though we're later in the season, we're getting good buyer activity. So we feel confident that if we go out at $935 with the updates that we've made, we'll get there. If you remember, we were projecting $910. So yeah, compared to everything on the market, I feel very good about us coming out at $935, and I'm excited to get it listed and share with you the activity. You filming?
Yeah.
Oh, welcome. come on in. We are wrapping up this episode of Before and After at my listing on Oakhurst. Happy to say everything is coming to completion. We're slapping up the sale pending signs because after just 1 week on market, we ended up with 2 full price offers and our sellers are officially under contract. So the first thing we're gonna do is walk you through all of the different updates we actually made to the house. We didn't get a lot of footage of the contractors doing the work, but part of the reason is that they were just so quick. They came in and out and it's now just a few weeks later, we're already pending. So real quick, I'm gonna walk you through what we did, why we did it. Interested to see what you think. Starting with the den right here, we painted out all of the dark brown woodwork to give it a nice light, bright feel. We also painted the walls and the ceiling and then replaced the carpet. So before and after, a substantial difference. I think it's the first thing you see when you walk in a house, so we wanted to make sure it made the right impression on the potential buyers, and I think we were successful with that. So coming into the kitchen, I think the most important thing that you probably don't notice immediately is the floors. We didn't replace the floors, we refinished with a light gray finish, and it just brought life to these old oak floors that had yellowed over the years the current owners have lived here. Stepping back, taking a look at the kitchen, a lot has changed in here, probably the most in the whole house. We did countertops, we did backsplash, we did new outlet covers, we did LED lights, we painted the walls, we painted the ceiling. We also did a double oven, cooktop, a new sink faucet over here. So going into the family room, not a whole lot has changed in here, except we did put down this nice carpeting, remove some wallpaper, again with the paint. And then flipping to the other side of the house, it's a very traditional floor plan. It's an Olsen designed home. Many homes in this area were designed where you have the formal dining off the kitchen as well as the formal living and sitting room right there. We swapped out the light fixture and we also removed some curtains and wallpaper in here. Okay, now I'm gonna take you upstairs real fast to show you what we did in the master as well as all the bedrooms and bonus. So first thing you're gonna notice, nice new carpet going up the stairs, which is really soft to walk on. We also painted all of the railings and balusters black versus staining them. They were the same color as the old hardwood. So they had a light fixture that was hanging down all the way to basically that landing area. It was in such an odd position, we couldn't really find a fixture that would fit. So instead of replacing it with something that may or may not have worked, it's almost like addition by subtraction. We just got rid of it and capped it, and I don't think anyone's gonna notice, and it really opens up the space nicely. Coming into the master, I think the biggest difference in here, in my opinion, is staging. For about $2,500 to $3,000, you can stage the entire house. In my opinion, that's probably the best money you can spend in terms of ROI and getting top dollar for your house. Now, coming into the bathroom, it's all pretty much original. What we did do is we took out the original carpet that was in here. That had to go. And we replaced it with LVP plank flooring. So this is basically, it looks like hardwood, but it's actually a vinyl tile, waterproof, very durable. It's becoming more and more popular these days and it's very cost effective. Another little thing we did was replace all the hardware on all of these just to give it a little bit more modern feel. The new owners are probably gonna remodel the whole area, is my guess. So we didn't want to spend too much money in here because again, it comes down to personal preference. It would be hard to predict what a new buyer would want in a master bathroom. All right, everyone, so that wraps up our first episode of Before and After. I'm glad you came along for the transformation. It really worked out at the end of the day for my clients. There's still a couple steps we got to get through, including house inspection and appraisal, but I'm confident we'll get there. At the end of the day, you saw the numbers. It's a great ROI.